Welcome.
Oh, hey guys.
Welcome everyone. Sorry, I was taken off guard by the speeds at which I thought it would be all instant.
We're
knocked everything
so
over.
in sync. It's amazing.
This is the new Zelda Dungeon mailbag. We got some great questions, so let's get into them.
Let's do it.
Infection Form asks us, now that Zelda Cart has officially been confirmed,
Yep.
thanks Nico,
You're welcome.
what would you guys expect in terms of items, mechanics, characters, roster, tracks? We're gonna detail it all.
Well, okay, we're talking
Oh,
items.
man.
Here's the thing. My favorite item to use, so you guys don't know this, I got Zelda Cart early access. I'm in the testing.
Nico's actively leaking the items.
Yes.
Confirmed.
My favorite item to use is actually the hook shot, because you hook on to the person in front of you and it pulls you up to them and pushes them behind you. It's awesome.
awesome.
It's actually my
That's a great idea.
it's my favorite item in Zelda Cart.
You gotta have bombs. Bombs
Oh,
make
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Bombs.
Yeah, they work
We got
just like
trademarked
bombs in Mario Kart.
Exactly. The
There's-
competing cart franchise.
Oh, how dare they?
Which already has a boomerang, actually.
Yep, they already have the
So-
boomerang.
What's like the blue shell? You know, what takes everyone down?
The end all be all.
Light arrows. You shoot a light arrow to the
It chases
the person in first, and
Yep.
it just
Yep.
Yep.
I feel like characters goes without saying. You know, you got
Link.
Link.
Zelda,
I'm a beetle main.
Ganondorf. You know what I want? I want Ganondorf, and I also want Blue Pig Ganon.
Oh no, he's
Gotta
in
keep
there.
them separate.
Yeah, no, he's in there.
Oh man, I would love it if their designs they look like the Mario Kart 64, like they're in the little cart,
Yeah.
like hunched in. I would love to see Blue Pig Cannon like try to drive this tiny cart.
Tingle's gonna be in there.
Tingle.
Yep.
One of the tracks would be Tingle's Tower.
Well,
for
actually,
sure.
no. So I'm sadly it's not. So the battle mode of Zelda Cart is actually based around Tingle. So Tingle ties balloons to
Fight for
you.
rupees.
And
Even better.
you get it. You know, when you get attacked, you lose a balloon, and then Tingle is very angry with you. And if you lose all of your balloons, you'd think, oh, you lose. Well, you lose because Tingle literally comes over, he kidnaps you, and then you're forced to work on his island.
Typical
we don't
Tingle.
We don't
Yeah.
need to bring all this back up. I think you'll have tracks like Link's Circuit, which will be like a racetrack, but with Link branding. You might
there'd
also
be a-
have
there'd-
Zelda
Hyrule
Circuit.
Castle Town.
Just wait.
And
Just wait.
Ganondorf Raceway.
Incredible. Wait until you see Malon's pinball.
Nico, stop revealing.
I'm sorry, you guys. It's just, I know so much. My uncle works at Nintendo. I'm sorry.
Our next question comes from Pumpkin Music. Do you have a favorite type of Zelda game? For example, like an open world like Breath of the Wild, story character heavy Zelda, very gamey Zelda. Basically, what's your favorite type of Zelda?
My favorite type of Zelda game is one where you can take things at your own pace, and particularly you can do several different things in different orders. I like the freedom. I like being able to be like, I could go do this, I could go do that. I could go do a dungeon, or I could just go sit in a field and do some side quests. That's part of WeAd.
I love puzzle heavy gameplay. I've always been like a puzzle guy. I like jigsaw puzzles, you know, crosswords. I like figuring out puzzles in video games. I've been playing Resident Evil on stream, and every time I solve a puzzle, I'm just like, heck yeah, I did it! Like, it feels so good. And so I don't know. I like the puzzle heavy gameplay, which some people might really disagree with, but I love a classic Zelda puzzle.
I'm totally with both of you, actually. I feel like my favorite games have... I used to just think I like kind of like the dungeons and the puzzles, but then as I've gone on, I something I didn't realize at first, but it's like, oh, this is what stands out of my favorite ones to me, which is the freedom, like outside of just the dungeons, you know. So I like a game that you're fully available to explore, but will also throw you some nice curveballs and some nice puzzles you got to solve.
Strictly follow WeAd.
Yes, if they don't follow WeAd, I'm not playing it.
Radiant Noir asks, I just collected all the gratitude crystals in Skyward Sword the other day for the first time.
Good job.
Any interest in the return of gratitude crystals for side quests in Tears of the Kingdom?
No. I don't like the idea of people producing a hard physical object when I do nice things for them. Whoever came up with that has probably gone through therapy by now. But like, I thought they were fun, but made zero sense.
You know what's funny is I have the exact opposite opinion.
Oh gosh.
I love them. I think they're so good, and I love that there's a nice thing that lets you know, like, I made this person feel good, and now I have this collectible to show it. You know, we've talked about Mailbags on this and how they're like one of the best collectibles in the series.
Yes.
I think gratitude crystals are up there for me too. Just because.
Okay. Yes. I like them on the collectible side of things. I just don't like the lore behind them.
They feel so grateful that they produce a Japanese candy looking
Where
thing.
does that come from?
From their soul.
It's
What
magic.
orifice is the...
They're overflowing with gratitude. It just...
Why are they sitting around at night in just random places?
Someone was grateful somewhere and no one collected
They
it.
just left their gratitude
In this
up.
random corner, they're like kidney stones, but like collectible kidney stones.
The
I think
concept of it, it's cool to me just because I think it functions really well as a side quest thing because it doesn't, like if you're going to collect a Mai or a Korok seed, you know I'm going to be doing one of like 5 things and it's going to be the same thing at the end. But gratitude crystals are just kind of like a generic reward type thing for doing a nice thing for anyone. And you could fit so many different types of side quests in with that.
True.
So I would like to see him come back, honestly.
So I think it solves something that some of the issues in Breath of the Wild with the side quests had, but one of the problems is just feeling like sometimes making the side quests feel like you're getting a meaningful reward, which sometimes the side quest is so fun or like the story's so fun it doesn't matter, but other times you're like, all right, I just collected 25 crickets for this guy or whatever, and he gave me a blue rupee or whatever. He gave me some rupees, whatever. So I think it solves that, but I think I would rather have it be something like where it's just nice because you get it and you know from a gameplay perspective like what it's going towards later. Similar to Mailbags, like you know that reward feels tangible, like you know what's coming.
I think that the sequel, Tears of the Kingdom should just not be a game that you have to pay for. It should be a free to play, and when you complete quests like that, you actually get an in-game currency where you can use it to gamble on loot boxes for better weapons.
Horrible.
You know, I really want my Zelda games to be gacha games.
You know, that's
Genshin
the
has
gacha.
I've been asking for it for years.
I don't play Genshin Impact.
I think they could find a different way to do it though, like come up with different types of things to collect that you get it and you're like, oh, it's one of these. Like in A Link Between Worlds, it's not like Mailbags aren't the only thing you collect. You know, you get a heart piece or like a different, something else. So I think I'd like to see more like different rewards for quests that aren't just like here's some rupees or something. Something that feels like, oh, this has made a difference in my game. Our next question comes from Bat Rogue, who asks, which Zelda game do you think has the coolest sounding title, independent of the actual game? I kind of think Breath of the Wild is cool.
Rise of Skyrule is cool.
Professor Corey.
I didn't study for the test, I'm sorry. Maybe like Cadence of Hyrule. Is that weird? Because it's kind of like ominous. Cool. It's ominous, It's like, ooh, the Cadence of Hyrule.
Bat Rogue did say, actually, that Rise of Skyrule is an acceptable answer.
Oh, I know.
You knew this one was coming. Wait, so Professor Richmond did study for the test. This is coming. Okay.
I think the problem with a lot of the titles we discussed is that it's just like the item in the game.
It's just the item, It's just the thing.
And sometimes can sound cool.
Unironically, I think Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link is a pretty cool title.
That's awesome, actually.
It is pretty cool. It just completely throws... I mean, it was only the second one, but throws the naming convention out the window, and it's like, This is Link's adventure. It's all about him.
Well, and that they were just like, okay, The Legend of Zelda. Now, Zelda 2.
Zelda 2.
Get to the point, you know?
Yeah.
We know there's a legend, blah, blah, blah. We know what's going on.
I think Triforce of the Gods is a sick name.
Oh, yeah.
Hyrule
If we're including
Fantasy.
Japanese names, yeah.
Oh,
Even like Majora's Mask is not
yeah,
like...
it's not the most epic name.
I mean, it's kind of interesting, like, when you're leading up to the game and you're like, what is Majora's Mask?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Because, like,
Or, like even now, we're like, what are the tiers of the kingdom? Is it literal?
Well, I think
You
Tears
know?
of the Kingdom is a fantastic title, yeah.
I do too. One of the better ones. I think even for the item ones, I like ones like Wind Waker and Skyward Sword that have the alliteration.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Majora's Mask too.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, Phantom Hourglass sucks.
Dude.
I like Wand of Gamelon.
Okay,
yeah.
moving,
Oh, man.
moving on.
Freshly picked.
Faces of Evil.
That's a good point, Gooey. Tingle's freshly picked Rosy Ruby Land.
I'm not a big fan of the Legend of Zelda series, but I am a big fan of the freshly picked series. I think they should make more of those.
How about not?
Final question comes from, again, infection form. Which Zelda item would you like to most have in real life? I worded it wrong, but basically, if you could have a Zelda item, what would you want?
The Ocarina of Time. No question.
Did we do this already? I feel
Yeah,
like we
time
did this.
guy.
Did we do this
Didn't
already?
we?
Did we do this question?
I don't know.
No.
We didn't,
Did we?
because this is a comment on our last video. I had massive deja vu there. Like,
Well,
and it almost
It
shut me down.
felt like I've answered this. It's
This is-
something-
You know what? Yeah, this is a common question in the community, I feel like.
I mean, I have the Ocarina of Time. It's actually right here in front of my car. You just like can only barely
I
see
feel
it.
like I've seen you do this before.
Are you just having a full-on deja vu moment? It's because
Wait,
I
are-
played the Song of Time. We went back, and we're just doing it all over again.
I think we're in a time travel episode. We have to solve the mystery before our house explodes.
Before our house explodes. Oh no.
Well, my house is fine, so it's just haunted.
Yeah, you're
No, we're
haunted.
past that.
You're haunted.
Um,
And you,
I
oh
wanna
yeah,
give- I
it's
wanna
not
give a
Halloween
serious
anymore.
answer.
Sorry.
I-
I gave a serious answer.
Well, no, you gave a great answer, actually. You know why it's come up so much is because the Ocarina of Time, we've talked about how many different utilities it can serve. It can play the Song of Storms. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife of instruments.
It
More
can-
places.
It can produce milk.
It can
Kind
produce-
of.
You know, that's pretty true. I just want the Pegasus boots and that's it. Thank you.
All right, I think we're done.
What do you mean? Happy Halloween!
I'm gonna slip on my Pegasus boots.
We've fallen to shambles. Should I? Oh no! Should I end the recording?
Yeah, I would end it.
Oh no! You look so
I love
cozy,
this-
Corey.
Now there's no context. Corey is just.
It's just happened.
You look so lovely.
Trust me, there's context to this, but I'm not going to
Wait.
include it.
Wow.